right, so for this week's I can cook too. I'm making say they call it a Korean pancake, or I hope I say this right. It's called Haemul Pajeon, which is a Korean fish pancake. All right, so let's see the ingredients. I got shrimp, got some flour, potato starch. That's all the sauces I need. Got some. That's pathetic, but that's clams. Again, potato starch, onions. I'm gonna make some broccoli with that. Now I don't have squid, so in place of squid, what I am going to use is going to be scallops, and you see them down there. All right, so also got the green onions, which is the most important, and let's see what else. Oh yeah, see, so these are the clams. This is what the bag of clams turns into this. That's really what adds up to that bag of clams. And there's the scallops that I'm gonna use in place of the squid. I should have had squid. I would have liked to rather have squid and smaller scallions. And I noticed one thing as I was editing this video, I was supposed to actually one of the big problems. I was supposed to, because I'm also making fried rice as well. I didn't mention that, but I'm making shrimp fried rice along with the Haemul Pajeon. So I was supposed to split up the green onion, but as you see now, I'm chopping the green onion. Boom. Yeah, I'm putting that away. See, I was supposed to split that. Half was for the pajeon, Haemul Pajeon, and the or Korean pancake, and the other half was for the rice. Then always, every video I has to have onion. It's literally in every video or cooking video. And that's going to be for the rice. I didn't actually use that in the Korean fried pancake. I don't know if I'm saying it right, so I'm going to just call it the Korean pancake. All right. Red pepper. Boom. See, that's the stuff that's. See, I was supposed to split that up, but that's going to be for the John. Now, this is also for the rice, the pajeon. So fried rice, I'm gonna have, and ultimately I had too much shit in the fried rice, but you'll see that later. But it still came out fire. So just now cutting up the mushrooms. Boom. Now that's the fried rice, veggies. Yep. And that's for the pancake. Now, yeah, this was the pathetic clams. That's gonna be the other thing too. That's one of the big mess ups. I should have had fresh clams, and it should have been more. See, I think I put too much shrimp, and then you gotta. So it's now you gotta chop it up into smaller pieces. Yeah, the clams are pathetic, but and it's funny because okay, so here I'm adding flour, half a cup. Then I'm also going to add potato starch, half a cup. Then sesame oil is going to add to that, and I believe fish sauce. Yeah, there's the potato starch now. Yeah, see now I'm adding the veggies. Again, I was supposed to split up the green onion, crack an egg, need an egg, yep. That was the sesame oil. Oh, fish sauce. Okay, yeah, I was right. The fish sauce. A teaspoon or a tablespoon of the fish sauce. And I think it's 2 tablespoons of the sesame seed oil. Ultimately, next time I make this, I want to leave the sesame seed oil out. Not really a big fan, and you can taste it distinctively. Of course, obviously, you got to mix it up. I mean, duh. So it is a little dry. So the next thing I got to add is some water. This is a pancake batter, so it's got to be pancake-like. Now, see, it would have been perfect if I didn't have all the green onions in it. A little less shrimp, a little more clams, fresh clams. Because in the end, that was the only thing that came out fucked up on it because it was chewy. All right, so time for the rice. So first thing with the rice, I mean, got to put the veggies. Now I tried to do it like they do in the videos and shit. You know, make smaller pieces so there's a piece in every bite. I had to get them caramelized, and then now we're gonna do the shrimp and scallops. This was with the remaining shrimp and scallops that was left over from what I used in the Korean fish pancake. Okay, so of course fried rice gotta have eggs, right? Bam, eggs. And of course, you let that fry up a little bit. All right, so using rice. Now, I didn't have day old rice. So what I did was I cooked the rice earlier in the day and tried to let it sit to get. But yeah, I didn't have day old rice, so. And I don't cook rice every day for there to be day old rice a lot. Actually, we did have old rice in the refrigerator, but that shit, it was actually in there for like 5 days. So yeah, I wasn't doing all of that. Like I said, I don't eat rice every day, but so now I was just trying to mix the chicken and chicken. Well, it's the before is mixing the eggs and the rice, trying to make sure that there's going to be, obviously you want some eggs in every bite. Adding back the veggies. See, with it not being day-old rice and there's so much moisture and all this stuff, it didn't have the separation I wanted, but it was still fried rice. And of course, trying to do it on the sides, trying to make sure that you evaporate most of the moisture, because you just really want a little bit of flavor and some of the coloring, but you don't want to have too much moisture. Which, let's face it, not having the proper pot, not having, I've made this a few times, but it never really comes out exact like the restaurant. But shit, this is dinner, so. Smaller shrimp. Yeah, see, if it was, if it had that separation because it was less moisture in there, it wouldn't have sort of clumped together. It still tasted like fire, but anyway. Here's the heart healthy oil. Now it's time for the pancake. So while the rice is cooking, or had already been cooking, make sure to cook the pancake now. Of course, scooping the batter onto the pot. Want to make sure, try to get it sort of round. Now we're doing smaller ones. With the recipe I got from a YouTuber, actually seems to be a big time YouTuber because she's up there in subscribers. Her name is, I believe, is Meng Chi. I hope I'm saying it correctly. But she did smaller pancakes, and she cut up her green onions and put it into the batter as opposed to leaving them big pieces. So that's why I did it this way. I like it this way a little bit better because she didn't use an actual prepared pancake batter. This is just stuff I've already had. Well, potato starch I had to go buy and look for, but flour. Every other recipe I saw, you had to use like a special pancake batter. So I went with and again, trying to say it correctly, I went with Meng Chi's recipe. It's nice and golden brown, and that's the idea. You want to get it golden brown on both sides. It's about 2 minutes per side. Flip, then do another 2 minutes, or I think it's 2-2-1. So 2 minutes side, flip, 2 more minutes, 1 minute, and boom. The idea is just flipping these right now. I want to make sure they're cooked. This is my first time cooking it, so I'm not super experienced, but yeah, I did this, and it made quite a few different pancakes. Now, again, like I said, these are smaller ones. Usually the ones we see cover the whole bottom of the pan, but again, these are little pancakes. I like it better this way anyway. Alright, so they're about done. And put them on a separate plate. Didn't see the plate, but it's there, obviously. I don't know why I kept flipping it like that. All right, now it's done. I should have. I should have already put them in a plate, but it's just being my first time, and I actually never had this before to even reference. So, I don't know, just wasn't sure about the time. So here's the rice all done. I made some broccoli, and there's the pancakes. I should have picked them up and showed you what they look like individually, but you still see them on the plate. There you go. There's the whole plate of what I had. I made a little dipping sauce with it's like soy sauce, green onion. It was soy sauce, green onion, and there was something else, but it was fire.